Hi lovelies, Lauren here. Good morning. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. And as you can probably tell from the title of today's video, we have a beautiful morning sequence coming up, all about waking up well and getting your day off to a great start. So we do have an asana practice, a physical practice coming in a little bit later, but we're going to start by cultivating some really mindful awareness and really being present at the start of your day. So when you wake up with this new day, kind of like you've got that new fresh clean slate, new beginnings, new opportunities, all that comes with this brand new day. So we're not worrying about yesterday, we're not thinking ahead to tomorrow, we're really in this moment today, right here, right now. So as I say, we're going to start by cultivating a little bit of mindful awareness, and we're going to start actually with our hands. We're going to work towards a little bit of self-massage today. So if you are feeling sleepy, do make sure you are sitting up nice and tall. You can even prop yourself up against the wall or sit on top of a cushion, just so you can again start to create that awareness, start to kind of liven up the body here. And if you do have any essential oils to hand, these will come in handy for you. Any essential oil is great, anything that's going to kind of wake up your senses, so like eucalyptus, peppermint, lemon, all of those lovely smells. I'm actually using lavender today, which I'd probably use more often in the evening, but whatever works, we're going to use in the morning. Okay, so yes, if you have got some essential oils, just get your essential oils ready. Maybe smell it a couple of times, so just kind of waking up the senses there. Close your eyes, really notice those different smells, different scents. And actually, let's just take a couple of deep breaths in and out through the nose, just breathing in that essential oil before even placing it in the body. And if you do have a particularly strong scent, maybe don't take as deep a breath, or maybe hold it slightly further away from you, just so we're not shocking the senses there. And taking one more nice big breath in, and a big breath out. And then starting to look at your hands here. So we're going to start with one hand at a time, doesn't matter which, just whichever kind of intuitively calls to you here. And just notice all the patterns on your hand, any little marks, freckles, lines. Just notice your unique pattern here. No one has a fingerprint like you do. No one has the same pattern on your hand like you do. Notice your hard-working hands. So our hands go through so much during the day. So it's always good just to give them a little bit of TLC, and that's exactly what we're going to do now. So if you are using an essential oil, you're just going to place a couple of drops in the center of your palm. Okay, and then once you've got enough, we're literally going to start by doing a little bit of self-massage. So using your thumb on the opposite hand, just start to massage that oil into the palm of your hand, and really trying to get the whole surface of your palm here. So the base of your fingertips here, the heel of the hand, the pad of the palm. And we're going to start to work through the meridian lines. So I'm not going to go into them in too much depth, but in a nutshell, the meridian lines are sort of like energy channels through the body, or through channels which energy travels through. So we're going to focus on a little bit them today, and there's actually 6 in the tips of your fingertips where the meridian lines either begin or they end. Okay, so just keep using your thumb to massage into the thumb. Sorry, using your thumb to massage into the palm. And then we're going to travel up towards our thumb. So using the entirety of your other hand to really massage the thumb. And if you are feeling maybe particularly stressed or anxious today, there's a pressure point in between your first finger and your thumb, where you can also give that a little bit of massage, and maybe that helps to alleviate any stress here. Yeah, and you're still breathing in all those lovely smells of the essential oil, and working your way up the thumb. Okay. And the meridian line in the thumb is the lung meridian. So if you woke up this morning and you've perhaps got a little bit of a sore throat or maybe some respiratory problems going on, maybe working on a thumb is really resonating with you. Okay. And then we're going to start to make our way up to our index finger. So really massaging the entirety of the finger here, and you can really slow this down. So you might take a nice big inhale as you work your way up to the very tip of your finger. Exhale as you release. So it's a really mindful practice here. We're taking our time, we're not rushing. Even though we may have lots of things to do today, we're just taking a little bit of time for ourselves. Okay, so the meridian for the index finger is the large intestine. So, and because of where this meridian travels in the body, it kind of travels up the shoulder, the neck, the jawline. So if you're having any trouble with toothache perhaps, or neck or shoulder pain, again, this might be where you want to focus on today. So for me, I've got a few issues with my wisdom teeth, so yeah, I'm going to focus a little bit on this. Okay. And then we're going to work our way onto our middle finger. So exactly the same, making sure we get into the gaps in between each finger as well, not ignoring the very tip, around your nail as well, in between each knuckle. And the meridian here is the pericardium, although I may have pronounced that wrong. But it typically resonates with the heart. It actually starts in the center of your chest and travels to the very tip of your middle finger. So I'd say that might be chest problems, anything with circulation perhaps, or poor circulation. This might be where you want to focus on today. And then when you're ready, moving on to your ring finger. And if at any moment you feel like you need a little bit more oil, do feel free to grab some. But try not to make sure the hands are too oily here for when we come to our physical practice. Okay. So the ring finger is the triple energizer meridian, or sometimes called the triple burner. And this travels again up the side of the face, the neck, kind of around the ear here. So this might reflect trouble hearing maybe, or again jaw ache, neck ache, anything like that. And then when you're ready, moving on to your pinky finger. Okay, so we don't want to ignore any part of the hand here. Beautiful. So the pinky finger is the small intestine meridian. So anything to do with the stomach, any stomach pains, yeah, this might be where you want to focus on today. Okay, and then once you've finished with the pinky finger, just making sure we're not forgetting about the back of the hand at all here. So just having one more once over of the entirety of that one hand. And then when you're ready, moving on to the other. So just looking at both hands again, and maybe you can notice a subtle difference between the palms. And it might not be visual, it might be how they feel. Maybe the one hand you've worked on feels a little bit more alive and awake here. We're going to wake up the other hand as well. So again, if you have your essential oil, using a little bit in the center of your palm and starting to massage in that using the thumb of the other hand. And again, taking in a little bit of that lovely scent, really making sure you're working to the heel of the hand, maybe even the wrist as well here. The entire palm, and still noticing all those little lines, those little patterns that make up your hand here. And then when we're ready, we're going to start that process on the other side. So starting to work our way up the thumb here. Maybe finding that pressure point between the index finger and thumb again, if you are feeling a little bit stressed, a little bit anxious this morning. And even as we do this, really trying to focus all of our attention onto this single action here. So if you notice that the mind wanders off at any point, just bring it back to what you notice, how the skin feels. Perhaps does it feel rough? Does it feel smooth? Can you notice any little marks, perhaps little scars here and there maybe? And again, moving up to the index finger. Seeing if we can make each finger longer, perhaps. Just a gentle massage. So these meridian lines are commonly used in reflexology and massage, finding all those little pressure points to again alleviate any tension. Maybe there's a few blockages of energies along these meridian lines. So we're just working to alleviate that tension, remove any blockages, and also just check in. Okay. And then moving up to the middle finger, which again resonates with your heart. So how is your heart feeling today? Have we got a heavy heart this morning? Maybe you've woken up feeling loved and you want to share that love, perhaps. Just really noticing, could be anything at all. Okay. Moving on to the ring finger, that triple burner, triple energizer. Alleviating any tension in the face, neck, ear on the other side. And then finally onto your pinky finger. Okay. So as best as we can, try not to rush this. And even though you're really concentrating on the hands here, just notice the rest of the body. Have we kind of slouched over here? Just again, see if we can sit up nice and tall. Find that lovely breath again. And then having another once over of the entirety of the hand, not forgetting the back of the hand as well here. The wrist coming back to the palm. And then we're just going to bring both hands together. Final little self-massage here. Beautiful. And as you do this, you might start to bring the eyes to a close. And then just slightly cupping the hands, and again taking a couple of deep breaths, breathing in that lovely essential oil smell. Two more. And one more. And then bringing the palms of the hands together, starting to rub the palms, creating a little bit of heat. Rubbing the palms together as fast as you can, and then once you feel like you've generated enough heat in between the palms of the hands, gently again cupping the palms and placing them over your eye sockets here. And starting to maybe warm up the eye sockets, maybe blinking the eyes a couple of times, bringing all that lovely heat in, and starting to separate the fingertips, slightly filtering in some light. And then when you're ready, just rain the fingertips down the face, bring the palms together in front of the heart, take another inhale in, and then exhale out. Beautiful, well done. Okay, you just pop your essential oil over to one side just in case we spill it. We don't want to waste any. So from seated, take a nice big inhale, reach the arms up, getting that nice big stretch, energy out through the fingertips. Grow, grow, grow. Enjoy this nice big stretch here. And then as we exhale, we're going to send that right palm down towards the ground beside us and reach that left hand up and over. So starting to bring a little bit of movement into the entirety of the body now. So we've warmed up the hands, we've warmed up the fingertips. We're now going to resonate that down from our fingertips, down through the arm and into that side body there. Okay, and we take another big breath in here. And another big breath out. As we inhale, we come all the way up through center and again grow tall. Exhale, let's come down the other side. So as you breathe, feel that stretch into this right side body. So as the rib cage expands, feel into that stretch a little bit more. Soften into this left elbow as much as you wish. Nice big breath in. And a nice big breath out. Inhale, let's come all the way up through center, grow tall. And then as you exhale, you're going to find a little twist over towards the right hand side, working your way up from the base of your spine all the way up to the top. And then when you're ready, floating your arms down, so your left hand is going to come towards your right knee. Right hand comes to the ground behind you. Use it as a kickstand to press the ground away, and again, grow tall. So inhale to find length. And exhale, twisting round to the right. And we have another full round of breath here. And an exhale. As we inhale again, unravel, unwind, float the arms up, grow tall. Exhale, twist round to the left. And when you're ready, floating the arms down, right hand to your left knee, left hand into the ground behind you. Sitting up nice and tall, finding that gentle twist in the spine. Inhale. Exhale, twisting a little bit deeper, maybe sending the gaze to look back behind you. Final breath here. And exhale. Inhale to unravel, grow tall. Coming back through center, and then as you exhale, send the arms down and away. Bring the hands to meet behind you. Interlace the fingertips at the back of your spine or at the base of your spine. Send the backs of the hands away from you. Lift up through the heart, lift up through the chest. Lovely, well done. Lifting the crown or lifting the chin up towards the sky. Big breath in. And then as you exhale, allow the hands to separate. Draw a little circle with the fingertips on the ground. Pull the heart forwards and come into a nice and easy seated forward fold. Making sure the sit bones remain on your mat here. And we can release through the back of the neck. Maybe we bring a little bit of movement into the torso, a little sway from side to side. Just noticing how this stretch feels for you. Notice how the body feels, whether there's any tension in the body here, or maybe we're just enjoying the stretch. And if you are feeling any tension at any point in our little practice, know that you can ease off, you can scale it back. Remember, we're really cultivating that mindful awareness, so really tuning into our own bodies. Okay, notice how you feel. Take a final breath in here. And a final breath out. And then inhale, let's slowly walk the hands back towards us, lifting all the way back up. And then just take note of which shin is in front of the other, and we're just going to change over the legs. So again, take a nice big inhale, grow tall. Exhale, release the hands back behind you. Keep that length as we bring the hands back behind us, interlace the hands and lift it through the heart. Lengthen out the arms, beautiful. Exhale, we separate the palms once more. Draw that little fingertips, draw that little circle with the fingertips, pour the heart down. Beautiful. So as you come into this seated forward fold on the other side, you might notice any similarities, any differences here. Maybe the stretch is a little bit more intense, maybe it's less intense. And maybe there's that little bit of movement into the torso, into the head and neck. Both sit bones remaining on the mat. Final breath in here. And final breath out. Okay, inhale, walking the hands back towards you, rising all the way back up. And then from here, we're going to transition to our tabletop. So just lightly swinging the legs around to one side, gently making your way onto your hands and onto your knees. And there's no need to rush this. You can take as long as you need, just in that simple transition. Making sure as you arrive, you've got the wrists underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips, spreading the fingertips nice and wide and actively pressing the ground away. Starting to warm up our torsos and warm up our spines, moving through cat and cow. Inhale to lift it through the heart, lift it through the chest. Maybe you're already lifting the tailbone up towards the sky with that slight dip in the belly, getting that arch in the spine and that stretch across the abdominals. And then as you exhale, tucking the chin down towards the chest, press the ground away, really reaching out through the back of the shoulder blades and seeing if you can separate the shoulder blades left to right. So curving in the spine like an angry cat. And then we go again, inhale to lift it through the heart, drop the belly, lift the chest. And exhale, we curve. Beautiful. Just a couple more times with this. Inhale to lift. And exhale, curve. Really trying to find that full range of movement here and marrying that movement to your breath, using the entirety of your inhale to lift and the entirety of your exhale to curve. Okay, inhale, lift. And exhale, curve. Let's go, just one more full round, one more inhale, lift. And one more exhale to curve. Lovely. Inhale, come back to your neutral tabletop and tuck all 10 toes under. You're going to start to send your hips back towards your heels, pressing down through all 10 fingertips and starting to bow the head down as you peel the knees away from the mat, lift the hips towards the sky. And maybe we keep this nice deep bend in the knees, especially if it's first thing in the morning for us, and this might be the first bit of movement you've done today. So keeping the knees nice and bent, lifting the hips up towards the sky, lifting the tailbone up nice and high. Release through the head and neck, shake the head, nod the head, shake everything out. And then from here, we can start to bring a little bit of movement in. So you might decide to lengthen off one leg, sending one heel down towards the mat. And then the other. So just bringing in any movement that comes naturally to you here. And we're going to aim to keep this nice and soft, so we're not moving too quickly, we're not moving the body too abruptly. Just checking with the body, listening to how the body feels, listening to what the body needs, and just responding accordingly here. And even though our downward facing dog is quite a strong posture, so we're really warming up into the shoulders as well, so you can come down, back down onto the knees at any moment should you wish. Okay, so just taking a moment to explore all that potential for movements here from this downward facing dog. So you might decide to take a couple of twists in the hips from side to side, or you might keep pedaling out through the feet, bending one knee and then the other. Okay, let's take a final breath in here. Nice big inhale. And a nice big exhale. Let's inhale, look forwards towards your fingertips, bend the knees. Just take that nice and easy walk to the top of your mat. See if you can walk heel to toe, leaving that footprint behind with every step, arriving in your standing forward fold. So feet are hip distance apart, toes pointing forwards. Again, as much of a bend in the knees as you wish, and just let the arms hang heavy and the head hangs heavy here. We can include a little sway of the torso from side to side, so really encouraging that softness. And then on our next inhale, nice deep bend in the knees, tucking the tailbone under, juicy roll up through the spine, stacking it bone by bone. Beautiful, well done. Gently making your way all the way up to standing as you arrive. Send those shoulders down and away, and just take a moment to make sure we're really rooting down through our feet here. So you may pick the toes up away from the mat. And then exhale, spread the toes down, so really nice and grounded here. A little bit of softness in the knees, tucking the tailbone under and lifting up through the heart. We're going to work our way through a little gentle sun salutation here. So take a nice big breath in, grow tall, sweeping the arms up. As we exhale, separate the palms and we dive all the way back down. And maybe we can find just a little bit more length down the back of the legs here. Inhale, let's ripple on up to a halfway lift, showing the crown of the head forwards, tailbone back. Exhale, fold back down. We're going to repeat that twice more. Inhale, halfway lift, create space. Exhale, fold. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. Lovely, bend the knees, plant the fingertips down, take a nice big step back with the left leg, and you're gently going to invite that left knee down towards the mat, keeping this right knee over the right ankle. And you can stay here thinking about sinking the hips down, lifting up through the heart. Or you may want to brush the fingertips along the mat, lift the chest, lift the arms up towards the sky. So you might come into quite a low lunge here by gliding those hips forwards and down, making sure we're not sinking and collapsing down here. Or you might want to be a little bit more upright, keeping the hip over this left knee. So whether you're here today, or whether you're a little bit more down here, just notice where you want to be and take a nice big breath in. And then as we exhale, let's bring the palms back down towards the mat. You're going to slide this right foot all the way back so the right knee comes down next to the left, back into our tabletop, and then you're going to send the hips forward so the hips come level with your knees and your shoulders. Shoulders are over the wrists. Inhale. Exhale, control the lower down, hug the elbows in, gently bring the rest of the body down towards the mat. Inhale, roll the shoulders away, lift in the chest, maybe separating the legs slightly just to avoid any pinching in the lower spine here. Coming up to a cobra as high as you want to go. So you may be a little bit more down here today. You may be ready to come up higher. Just keep those shoulders away from the ears. Nice big breath in. Exhale, tucking the toes under, lift the hips, lift the knees, make your way back to your downward facing dog. Let's take a couple of breaths here, either in stillness or you may want to bring back some movement. 2 more breaths. 1 more. Lovely, well done. Inhale, looking forwards to the top of your mat. Bend the knees and again take that nice and easy walk forwards. Heel to toe. Take as many steps as you wish here, back into your standing forward fold. Inhale again, halfway lift, find length. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bend the knees. Let's rise back up, this time sweeping the arms out towards the side. And exhale, bring the palms down. Okay, we're going to work through that on the other side. Big breath in. And exhale, separate the palms, open out across the heart and dive on down. Lovely. Finding a little bit more space. Inhale, halfway lift, just once this time. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, plant the fingertips, stepping the right leg back this time. Giant step back and settling that knee down towards the mat. And again, remember you can stay here, sinking the hips down, lifting up through the heart with the fingertips remaining down onto the mat. Or you might want to come a little bit further, brush the fingertips, lift the heart, lift the chest. And again, remember you can either be here or you can either be a little bit down lower. So if you are gliding the hips forwards and down, again, just making sure we're not sinking and collapsing down here. We still want to be reaching up through the fingertips and growing tall towards the sky. Breath in. Exhale, send the palms and the hands down. Left foot slides all the way back next to the right, back into your tabletop, and then sinking hips down in line with the knees, in line with the shoulders. Breath in. Exhale, control the lower down. Inhale, roll the shoulders away, lifting up through the heart, rippling on up to your cobra. And exhale, tucking the toes, lifting the hips, lifting the knees, downward facing dog. Beautiful. And again, couple of breaths in here. Nice big breath in. Nice big breath out. Bring back some movement should you wish. Inhale. And exhale. 1 more. And exhale. Lovely. From here, again, bend the knees, looking forwards towards your fingertips and take that nice walk to the top of your mat. Lovely. As you arrive, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bend the knees, rising all the way back up. And exhale, palms down. Lovely, well done. We're just going to make our way all the way back down towards the mat. Inhale, grow tall. Exhale, dive on down. Inhale, have another halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Lovely, bend the knees, plant the palms down towards the mat and stepping one foot back at a time, finding your nice strong plank pose here. So you're starting to create just a tiny little bit of heat here. Shoulders remain over your wrist, hips in line with your shoulders, so not too high or not too low here, connecting to your center, breath in. And then as you exhale, you might like to lower the knees first and then hug the elbows in, exactly like we've been doing, coming all the way down towards the mat. Inhale, roll the shoulders away. Lift the chest, cobra. Lovely, exhale, tuck in the toes, lift the hips, lift the knees, downward facing dog for the final time today. Breath in. Breath out. 2 more, breath in. Breath out. 1 more. And breath out. Lovely, from here, bend the knees and just dropping both knees all the way down towards the mat, walking your hands back towards your knees. So you're going to come to sit on your heels, coming into kneeling. Now I know this posture isn't accessible for everyone here, so you can keep the toes untouched should you prefer, or you can come to any other seated position. So you might like to come back to where you started, and that is absolutely fine. So if you're keeping the toes tucked under, again, do take care here because this is quite a stretch. We're just going to waken up into the soles of the feet a little bit more. And this is actually where we're going to be finishing our practice more or less here. So tucking the toes under should you wish, or coming to seated. Palms of the hands resting on top of the thighs, closing the eyes. Lovely. And just taking a couple of breaths here, noticing how you feel now. If that stretch in the soles of the feet is too intense, know that you can move away from it. Don't feel as though you have to stay here. Don't feel as though you have to be stuck. There is that potential, that option to move. So noticing how you feel, how does the breath feel? Maybe we feel we can take deeper breaths, maybe. Maybe we feel more grounded here. Taking 1 more big breath in. 1 more big breath out. And then if you've still got the toes tucked under, maybe 1 foot at a time, untucking the toes, coming to sit back on your heels, still in kneeling or still in any other comfortable seated position. And keeping the eyes closed as we finish off our little morning wake up well sequence. As always, with the blessing. May the sun bring you new energy by day. May the moon softly restore you at night. May the rain wash away your worries. And may the breeze blow new strength throughout your being. And may you walk through the world knowing its beauty all the days of your life. And with that, we bring the palms together in front of the heart. And we bow. Namaste. Namaste everyone, thank you so much for practicing with me today. I do hope you enjoyed it, maybe you feel a little bit more awake and a little bit more grounded and ready to now start your day. So have a lovely day. I will see you soon next week with some more. Bye.